Have you ever felt that nagging feeling, like something's missing from your life? That's exactly where our story begins, with a man named Alex. He had a good job, nice friends, a comfortable apartment, but his home felt empty. A profound sense of loneliness seemed to follow him like a shadow. He longed for a connection, a companion to share his days with. One Saturday, driven by this deep-seated need, Alex found himself driving to the local animal shelter. He didn't have a specific plan or a particular breed in mind. He was just following a feeling, a hope that maybe, just maybe, he could find a friend there. As he walked through the shelter's kennel block, the air was filled with a chorus of hopeful barks and yips. Young, energetic dogs bounced against their doors, their tails wagging furiously, practically screaming, "Pick me! Pick me!" He saw fluffy puppies tumbling over each other, majestic hounds with soulful eyes, and playful terriers eager for a game of fetch. Each one was wonderful, but none of them felt quite right. Alex continued walking down the long corridor, a little disheartened, wondering if he'd made a mistake coming here. Then, at the very end of the row, in the quietest corner, he saw him. Tucked away in the back of his kennel was a medium-sized dog with a scruffy brown coat. He wasn't barking or jumping, he was just lying there, curled into a tight ball, trying to make himself as small as possible. His kennel card told a sad story. His name was Buddy, and he'd been at the shelter for over 6 months, constantly overlooked by potential adopters who were drawn to the more outgoing and boisterous dogs. The shelter staff said he was shy, scared of loud noises, and had a hard time trusting people. Most visitors just walked right past his kennel without a second glance. Something about Buddy's quiet despair pulled at Alex's heart. He knelt down slowly, trying not to startle the timid dog. "Hey there, fella," he said softly, his voice barely a whisper. He didn't make any sudden moves. Hoost waited, giving the dog space. For a long moment, nothing happened. Buddy didn't even seem to register his presence. Alex was about to stand up and leave when, ever so slowly, the dog lifted his head. His ears perked up, and his dark, gentle eyes met Alex's. It was in that moment that everything changed. As if pulled by an invisible string, Buddy uncurled himself and took a hesitant step forward. Then, another. He walked to the front of the kennel, his tail giving a single, tentative wag. He looked straight into Alex's eyes. And then, he did something that made Alex's breath catch in his throat. He gently lifted a paw and placed it on the wire mesh of the door, as if reaching out. It wasn't a plea to be rescued. It felt more like a choice. In that silent, powerful exchange, Alex knew. He wasn't choosing a dog. A dog was choosing him. The adoption paperwork was a blur. All Alex could think about was getting Buddy home. The journey back was quiet, with Buddy sitting nervously in the passenger seat, occasionally glancing over at Alex. But as they stepped into the apartment, something shifted. It was as if Buddy knew this was his new beginning. The weeks that followed were a journey of healing for both of them. Alex's once silent apartment was now filled with the soft padding of paws and the happy jingle of a collar. The shy, fearful dog who cowered in the corner of a shelter kennel was gone. In his place was a confident, happy companion. Buddy loved car rides, with his head out the window, long walks in the park, and cuddling on the sofa with Alex every evening. The emptiness in Alex's life had been filled, replaced by an overwhelming sense of love and purpose. He hadn't just saved Buddy. In a way, Buddy had saved him too. Their story is a beautiful reminder that sometimes the most overlooked souls have the most love to give, and the perfect companion might just be waiting for you in the quietest corner. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to follow for more heartwarming stories.